What's going on, guys? Welcome back to TelliVision87. So let's jump into this review. Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6, Episode 2. You've got to chill. All right, we got a lot to get to, so let's just jump in right into it. We see Mel and Stormy pick up their conversation from last week's episode. They're still talking about why Stormy couldn't get in contact with Mel, why Mel went ghost, and should Stormy have DM Mel or not. Let me know what you guys think about that whole thing. Stormy is like, if you're my friend, why should I have to DM you? You could have easily just let me know that you were taking some time away. And Mel's whole thing was like, girl, you could DM me if you really wanted to get in touch with me that bad, because I have other friends who DM me and it's no problem. So they talk that out, and in the midst of their conversation, they end up going back to the recording from last season, where y'all remember the recording Destiny had played when she was on an interview talking about Martell's dating life, and she don't really care because there was pictures coming out and rumors coming out when they were still married. So, but that whole thing was like, Stormy was like, people were saying that I put out the recording and I had to come for some people because I don't like when people try to, make me out to, be like untrustworthy. So they kind of get through that. They go eat. It's kind of like they cool, but they not cool. It's like, I don't know. Stormy still feels a type of way about it, but Mel's whole thing is like, why my friends got to be so needy all the time. I thought that's why we was gonna, have a good friendship, because we had so much other things going on, that we could take a step back and do our own thing and then come back whenever, I'm ready. But I guess Mel is saying like she want to come back to you whenever she's ready. And Stormy's whole thing is like, well, yeah, you can take time away, but how do you really expect to build a consistent friendship if you just gonna drop off and not let anybody know what's going on? So tell me your thoughts about that scene right there. So we're still at the party. This is at Kimmy's, celebration party for the chemo and everything. So Kiki finally makes her way there. She says hello to everybody, and Letitia's rolling her eyes, kind of gives her the cold shoulder, because y'all know they still not on the same page. They're not really getting along right now. So Kiki like comes and goes. We don't really see her until the end of the episode, which we'll get to. Um, so Kimmy and Martell, they're having a brief conversation, and Kimmy's like, you know what? I miss seeing you and Mel together. That's how we met. Y'all was a force to be reckoned with, And with me going through this cancer situation, I love having Maurice there. I love being married. You know, do you kind of miss that, not having a partner there when you're going through good and bad and blah blah blah? And Martell's like, hell yeah, I miss that. I miss my family, but it's kind of like he's saying it but not really saying it, that he miss Mel and that he kind of wants his family back. So, but Kimmy's like, okay, well, he's kind of sort of maybe getting somewhere to having some like real remorse about Melody leaving and the whole family breaking up or whatnot. So this is the part that's funny. Mel's trying to get out. She ready to go. Martell comes over and is like, okay, you finna go? Yes, I sure am. Okay, well, let me walk you to your car. She's like, I park right out front. I park right out front. I can walk there by myself. And Martell's like, oh, man, come on, Mel. Why you doing me like this? Let me just walk you to your car. And Melody is like so over. She's rolling her eyes. She's just trying to get out. But then you can see Martell in his confessional. He's like, Mel knows that I'm a gentleman. I just want to do my thing, my gentlemanly thing, and walk her to a car, because it's crazy out there and blah 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 blah. But Mel's whole thing is like, if I say I don't need you to help me, to my car, please just respect my wishes and stop trying to like badger me and force me to kind of like give into what you want to do, which is also what she's telling this to Tiffany and Lewis because Martell gotta play it up. I'm like, I'm just trying to walk into a car, and Big Lou was kind of siding with Martell, and Tiffany's like, yeah, I get it, but I'm super independent like that too, and I don't always need people to walk me to my car and this and that, and it just becomes this whole thing. So eventually, Mel obliges. Martell walks her to, literally walks her to the door. It's cold outside. And you could see him just standing there watching her walk away, get in the car. He just looked like his whole world is in pieces. But you know what, Martell? That's what you get. It's cold outside, and Melody got a cold heart from dealing with you for all these years, okay? Just let her go. Just let her go. If it comes back around and it's meant to be, it'll work itself out. Don't think that'll ever happen, but you got to deal with the consequences of you messing up the marriage. So you going to have to eat that, Martell. And this is kind of what Maurice alludes to in the next scene because Kimmy and Maurice, they're having a conversation, just recapping the event. And then Kimmy says, I talked to Martell about Melody, and, just repeating everything from the conversation. And Maurice is saying that Martell needs to kind of make up his mind because one day he wants it back. He wants to, be cool again, and the next minute he's bashing her, which we will also get to in a few because Melody is just kind of gonna have like a little breakdown for a second. But Maurice is saying, hey, Martell, you need to figure out what you're going to do. It's clear that Melanie is not trying to come back to you. So you just need to let it go, work on yourself, and do what y'all need to do for the kids, but figure it out. And yeah. So let me know what you guys think about Maurice's statement there. I think that he's right. But it's kind of like when you go through stuff like that, one day you're cool, the next day you're not. It's like this love hate thing. But again, Martell, it didn't have to be that way. You caused all of this, so now you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it, Martell. I don't feel bad for Martell like at all, like not one bit, cuz he had multiple chances to correct and he just didn't. So hey, so now the next scene we get Martell. He's meeting with Chris Fletcher. Y'all know the realtor Chris and his wife. He basically crashes their date night and they're having a conversation. They're asking him about Sheree. It's like they putting it all out there, okay? Sheree is just what gonna be mentioned in every episode. They're asking him about Sheree. Oh, what's going on with you guys? Because we've met her before. And Martell is like, he likes Sheree, but he don't like her like that. You could just really tell by his responses. Sheree is just there for a good little time, and he's not really checking for her like that. He says that they do enjoy each other's company, but we're not exclusive. We're just hanging out, and we'll see if something comes up of it. And to me, when somebody's like, "Oh, we'll see," like he ain't really trying to see nothing. Okay? Martell ain't trying to see nothing with Sheree. He just wanna see her, get what he can get from her, and then go on to marry somebody else that he really, really want. Cause he has always said he wants to get married again one day. But Sheree ain't it right now. Sheree is just a distraction. But if Sheree is accepting of that, then I guess fine. If they both know what it is what it is. Um, So now we get Martell bringing up, the fact that him and Mel don't communicate. If he has the kids for a certain amount of days, he won't hear from Mel at all, and he doesn't like that. And he brings up the fact that, yeah, I had to take her to court, blah blah blah. And the wife, Chris Fletcher's wife, is asking, like, well, what's going on? And then we get this same story. Y'all remember it played out some months back on social media. Martell does not like the fact he say Mel got 20 babysitters, and he had said that the brother was watching the kids while he was in town, and he didn't like that, and all these people watching the kids, and that he would like to have maybe two or three mutual babysitters that they can agree upon instead of this person, that person, da 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 da. And the wife ain't buying it, okay? Miss Nail, she looking at Martell like that don't even make no sense. But what Martell is saying, like he's just kind of painting Melody in a negative light when it comes to like her parenting. And yeah, so that's that's what happens at the dinner. But we'll come back to that in a few because Melody is gonna tell her side of the story. But before we get to that, we have Tisha. She's meeting with her cousin Courtney at Black, their cigar lounge. And baby, I don't know who that bartender was, but the bartender was kind of handsome. I had to rewind that a couple times. Whatever his name is, PP or whatever he said his name was, he is very handsome. Okay. But anyway, they sitting there shooting the breeze. Whatever we learn, Miss Wanda, got a cookbook coming out. Sure enough, Miss Wanda's cooking or something like that. So Miss Wanda is not on here at all this season. She's off, working on a cookbook, minding her own business. Like literally, get some business, Miss Wanda. You know what I'm saying? Cause last year was a doozy. So Letitia is asking Courtney, if she'd be willing to come over to help to Scott's Realty, to her brokerage firm, because the cousin has been doing real estate for a few years now, and Letitia just got her brokerage license, so she wants to keep it in the family. And the cousin is a little bit hesitant because she's like, I don't mind helping you, but I want to help, but I just kind of transitioned to a new place, and I just kind of want to make sure before I even come to you that you and Kiki are okay. So that's how we get that conversation started, and they show flashbacks, pictures. Teachers telling how they both went to you know particular university, and like they were super close back in the day. But then the cousin kind of brings up that Kiki may be hurting because she's kind of missed out on a life that maybe she could have had due to some poor decisions. So those poor decisions could maybe be alluding to Kiki's possible alleged problems with drugs. I think it was mentioned last season. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was like Kiki had came and maybe allegedly stole something from the Scott's house from Tisha and Marceau. It was something like that. So they don't really get into it, but if I'm thinking correctly, that's probably what it is. Like Kiki just kind of went astray and is still trying to get her life back on track. But Tisha says she can't be anybody else's punching bag. She she needs to block herself off from, people who are hurting her. But she does agree to meet up with Kiki and, just talk things out. So for Tisha doing that, teacher's like, all right, Courtney, I'm gonna do this for you. So you need to come on and work for me. Fine. They agree. They do a little toast, whatever. Bum bum bum. Um, so after that, after that, now we're gonna get to see Mel and um, Chris Fletcher's wife, Manel, meet up and Mel's dating life and talk about Mel's dating life and the whole situation with Martell and the kids. But she asked Mel, like, oh, what's going on with you? You know, dating, blah, blah, blah. And then even in the confessional, the producer's like, it's been a rumor that you got a man. What's up with that? And Mel is like, it's a lot more. It's got to be something else going on besides everybody want to know who Mel's laid up with. Let's go to the next question. Which that leads me to believe that Mel is seeing somebody and she's just trying to keep it on the low, which I guess is fine. But Mel is just like not answering that question at all. She quickly dismissed that and was like, you know what I'm saying, let's move on. And Melody's saying that Martell has gone around to anybody, you know, they know, mutual friends or whatever, dogging her out, but at the same time, you know, calling, crying, begging her to come on back. And they show the flashbacks of Martell, you know, at the hospital, talking about he not gonna see the side chick no more, him apologizing, him showing pictures that he got in his phone, he missed his family, da 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 da, and all this, but yet he never did what he was supposed to do. He never let y'all know coleslaw go, and Mel had to go ahead and leave. It's not like she wanted to leave, she didn't want that situation, but she had to go, and she was upset that she doesn't even get to see her kids every day anymore. She starts crying a little bit, and with the whole babysitter thing, she tried, you know, because Nell was saying that Martell was like, yeah, they should have mutual babysitters. Melody says she tried that. Martell difficult, he be running the people off, they don't like to deal with him, so that's why that whole situation did not work out. And she's saying like, look, just because we're not together anymore, you can't be calling me all time of day, texting me all time of day and night, trying to track my whereabouts, this, that, and the third, because we're not together anymore. And I want to get to a good place where we could take the kids to lunch or do this or do that, but I can't get there if I got to keep changing my number. She said she had to change her number like 5 times because Martell just like is, you know, making it very difficult for her to move on peacefully. So we're gonna get into this scene. I will let you guys hear the audio only, and then we'll come back and continue the review. But check this out.
So how you been doing?
I've been all right. Girl, working, just really, been getting myself together. Being married for all those years, having babies, running businesses. It's been nice learning me again. But I can tell you've been taking care of yourself because you look fabulous.
Well, thank
you
you,
look
babe.
fabulous.
And so do you.
Thank you.
You do too.
Life is good. God is good.
Life
okay?
is good. Look.
Oh, Lord. Yes, ma'am. So how's the daycare going?
The daycare is doing great.
Yay!
Yes. And of course, COVID.
I know. I remember.
Took us down through there, but now we're where we need to be.
That's
and
right.
I'm proud of you with your skincare line.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. I hate y'all missed the doggone lunch party, but it's okay.
You glowing.
Thank
you gotta hook
you.
me up.
I need to give you some and tell me how you like it.
Okay. So how is
What?
life for you? Dating life? What
Dating life?
Yes.
It's been cool. Like, coming out of a marriage, then going back into the single dating world. it isn't as bad as people try to make you think
it out to be.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
really not.
So you're not exclusive with anyone. You're just dating. You're just enjoying life.
That's right.
There are rumors going around that you have found a man.
I don't know why everybody seems to be so worried about whether or not I'm seeing somebody or not, who I'm dating or not. Now, I know it got to be more going on in Huntsville, Alabama to be concerned about than who Melody may be laying up with or not. Now, let's talk about something else.
So we were on our dinner date, and Martell crashed it. And of course, you know, we got to talking. We've been down this road. We've come a long way. You got your tranquility, your happiness. He's still trying to find his. And right now it's about the kids. And I need both of y'all in good space. Because at the end of the day, y'all gonna be seeing each other forever.
Because what now?
At the end of the day, you guys are gonna have to see each other forever.
No?
Oh, yes, you are. They young. Even when they grow up, as mine have, they still come around. They're still gonna be mom, dad. Y'all be in each other's life forever. It doesn't go away.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
And so kickboxing is going to be a full body workout with your left leg high, and we're going to aim for about that beat.
At the end of the day, you guys are gonna have to see each other forever.
No?
Oh, yes, you are. They young. Even when they grow up, as mine have, they still come around. Y'all be in each other's life forever. It doesn't go away.
Oh, no, I was talking about to see each other. Okay.
Yeah. You'll be in each other's life forever. You know me, I'm gonna be straightforward.
Yeah, I know.
So I asked him, you know, so what is it like for you? He feels some type of way about the babysitting situation. He says like 20 babysitters.
Hearing that Martell is bringing up his version of the custody details to a mutual friend, honestly, is not even surprising to me. When I chose to leave him, he ran around everybody in this city who had ears and would listen to try to dog me as a woman. And so him trying to dog me as a mom, I'm not surprised. The only people that have watched my kids overnight is a very handful of people, and it's typically at my home. It's this narrative since 2020 when I left. Okay, since 2020, because you didn't want me to leave. You wanted me to need you, to be dependent on you, hoping that I would come back. So you try to box me in, run these smear campaigns, going around this whole city dogging me out. But yet, the same people you turning against me, how would they feel if they know you still begging me to take you back?
Kind of feeling like I can't trust you 100% like I could in the past.
Well, it's gonna take time. I'm trying to do everything that I can to satisfy you.
You'll take care of me for not just 3 weeks, but for the remainder of our lives.
Are you gonna take care of me
I
for the rest?
am.
And what does that mean?
That means that I have no communications with any woman.
And you know, I hate myself for everything I put you through. You know, you don't deserve it. So the thing is, I really want to be everything that you want your husband to be, you know? Did you sleep good despite what happened last night?
I mean, I slept pretty good. I know you walked up in here last night.
You know, can't do the same thing I'm doing again. You know, apologizing for real. 2019?
I don't even remember. You got all that saved in your phone? Yeah. What about when you called me the other day? What about when you called the other day? Wanted to know if I was gonna marry you again. I don't know why anyone would trust a word coming from Martell at this point. It should come as no surprise that he is lying about me. He's been lying about me and been lying to me to get what he wants for years.
So y'all not gonna, you can't come to a common ground where maybe y'all get like 3 babysitters that you and him approve of together.
I've done that. I've tried to do that. It didn't work. People don't really be liking to deal with Martell.
So he's pushing them away, basically, what you're saying. He's pushing them away.
Yeah.
And he's doing this intentionally.
I think it's just him being in a hurt, terrible place.
Okay.
The result of you continuing to step out on your marriage and then your wife eventually leaving you doesn't grant you the authority to now control everything. You had control when we was in the house together. You ain't finna mess up my peace. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mel gone for the day. Let me call her 50 times. Let me text her 50 times. No, we're not doing that. I never thought that I would end up being a person who's married, had kids, and now I see my kids every other week. I don't even get to see my kids every day. And I think that's a part that people miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm strong.
It's okay, baby.
But I never thought I wouldn't see my kids every day. Like, that's not the life I dream for myself. So we're not gonna act like this is something I wanted, but it's the reality now. And you ain't about to control me because I have kids with you and know my every move and what I'm doing with your old pulling up, following ass.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And I mean it.
That part I did not know.
Yeah.
I do get it.
Martell has spun this so that it looks like he cares more about the kids than I do, and it's gross. Controlling behavior masked by a good story, and the sad part is that most people are actually believing him. And I'm so glad that Miss Nell reached out to me so that we could meet, or who knows, she might have been someone who ended up believing his story too. There are certain measures that I have to put in place to protect myself and my privacy. He does not have my number. I've changed my number probably 5 times since I left him, for good reasons. I wish my ex was somebody I could be like, oh, okay, you want to take the kids to lunch? Cool, let's do it. They'll like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we've done that. We've done that before since I left.
Okay. But it's not there no more.
There's no trust.
All right, so you just heard the audio from that scene, and it was sad to see Melody, break down and cry like that. But she is over Martell's controlling behavior, and that's the bottom line. They can't get to a better place if he doesn't change, the way that he moves. So hopefully in due time they can figure it out. But let me know your thoughts about that scene right there. Drop them in the comments below. And finally, we get Kiki and Tisha. They're meeting up at the kickboxing, and I don't know, did y'all see that trainer? It's like when Kiki walked in, the trainer kind of was looking crazy. Her eyes got real wide, and I was just like, why is the trainer looking like that? But anyway, they get to the exercise and they do the little, kick, pow, pow. They out of breath, child. They sit down and they get to talking. And Tisha's like, look, I felt like you was just being a puppet, for Melody and being used. That's why I brought out the puppets at the reunion last season, because that's what I really felt. And Kiki's whole thing was like, it was, my intention was not to hurt you, but it's like you and Marceau kind of make things worse when you don't clear up, whatever it is, and just kind of let people run off and say, whatever. But Tisha's whole thing with telling Kiki is like, well, when people bring it to you, then as my cousin, like, you have an obligation. I feel like you have an obligation to shut it down. And sometimes you could be saying stuff and not really realize what you're saying, and you could make the story bigger as well. So they basically come to a place where Tisha's like, you know what, I love you, but I can't trust you. And like, I don't know what we're gonna do to move forward, because I just feel like, you just not really loyal to me, and I just don't really know what to do about it. So that's kind of how the episode goes off. So it was a lot going on in here, but mainly about Mel and Martell and the babysitters and the kids and the custody and the controlling and all of this. So let me know what you guys think about everything. Continue the conversation down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching this review. It's your girl TelliVision87 is the channel, and I'll be back with another video for you guys soon.